What is up, you guys? Welcome back, or welcome to my channel if you're new. Today we're going to be talking about our 6-month glow up plan, how to be unrecognizable by the new year, or I should say into early 2025. We're not going to be sitting around waiting for new year, new me. We're going to start right now as of September and get things going from there. Now, I know that when we think of the word glow up, usually we're thinking of a physical thing where it comes with like makeup and an outfit. But for this glow up, we're kind of being a little bit more intentional, where we're looking at our mental, physical, and emotional transformation over time. And glow ups can be both natural and planned. So this part is the heavy lifting, because we're going to be planning our glow up to kind of get into there. Another thing is that glow ups can be either gradual and permanent, or kind of like fast and temporary. Again, we're leaning on the former, where we want a more gradual approach that we're gonna take into account what we're doing day by day and have that longevity over the next 6 months. And usually there's like 5 areas you can kind of focus on in your glow up. That would be like your mind, your body, your relationship, your career, and I believe like your home or your living space. We're gonna dive a little bit deeper into that because I have like 12 areas, and I'm gonna put it up on the screen on either side so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. Because again, we want this to be a permanent fixture over the next 6 months and beyond. So of course, a big one is always relationships, your partners, your friends, your family, just the structure of your social life with the people around you. Self-care as far as doing what we like or what we want to get into, our hobbies, our interests, that sort of thing. Career, of course, where you're looking at the things that you love, what you want out of a job, or your actual long-term plan and your goals. So if you're looking for a new job, it might be, or just trying to move forward in what you're already established in. Another one is our finances, or financial, where you're looking at our use of money, how we make it, how we spend it, and just our relationship with our finances in general. Education, as far as learning and growing and just knowledge, obtaining more of that, and how we can do so if you're doing it formally, or I should say like in an academic setting, or if you're just doing it on your own. Number 6 is our spirituality. That could be either religion or just how you connect with the world around you and nature. Physical health and wellness, of course, because you're looking at your lifestyle, your well-being, your exercise level, that sort of thing. Again, environment, which ties in with your home, your surroundings, workplace, your outside environment, and just, you know, the physical attributes of that whole entire thing. Something that a lot of people kind of tend to overlook is our online presence, how we're showing up online, how much we're indulging in social media, and just how much we're really giving to that world outside of our actual reality. Number 10 is our emotional health, of course, where you're kind of looking at self-love as well as understanding and working through any emotional traumas you might have throughout life, and really coming to terms to our emotions and regulating them. Number 11 is our mental health and kind of our self-awareness and mindfulness and our outlook on life. And the final one is our daily life, how our routines, our habits, and our lifestyle kind of influence one another in our day-to-day. So the first thing I want you to do is, through these 12 things on our little wheel here, write down each of them where it comes to the good, the bad, and the ugly. So definitely jot down what's good as far as what you've accomplished so far in any of those areas. The bad, where it's like, I haven't really tackled these as yet, but I am gonna get to them. And the ugly, where it's like, yeah, I just haven't even thought of that at all. So write that down just to start off everything. And that is for you and your self-reflection to kind of see what's working and what's not working. Because the first part is definitely identifying what needs a little bit more, I guess, TLC. And you don't have to do all 12 right away. If you want to pick like 5 or 6 and work through those at first, because you feel like those are more of a priority to you, definitely go ahead and do that. So of course, you want to get into like making a plan. And to do that, you have to kind of revisit your older plans. So we've done our kind of like self-reflection and writing down what we think we need to improve on, but we're gonna kind of couple that with our vision boards and revisiting what we have on those. So I urge you guys to definitely go ahead, revisit what you've written down on your journals as far as any goals that you wanted to accomplish for the year, and also your vision boards. Take a look at those pictures that you have either from magazines, or if you did it via like digitally on Canva. Look at that and kind of see, hey, what of these can I kind of check off, and what have I not really reached for yet, or I've kind of neglected? And similarly to how we did the first 12 little parts of our reflection, we're gonna do the same for our vision board. So break it down, kind of see what has been working for you, what needs a little bit more help, and again, we're gonna focus on those that we need a little bit pay more attention to. So I'm gonna insert a picture of my vision board, which I did digitally, and I keep it as like my phone wallpaper. And I just do that because I want that daily reminder of what am I working on so far, what have I forgotten about, and how much effort do I need to put into either of these things. So I'm gonna look at my phone here because I'm looking at the actual vision board, so I can kind of explain through you guys what it is. So the first one with the little like heart-shaped fingers represents a bit of friendship. The next one is obviously a little bit more of like my gym life, my physical health and activity. There's one holding a key, so that's more of like wanting to get a new apartment, and flowers, because I just said I want to give myself my flowers and buy myself flowers every now and again. just to show some self-love. Offer of employment would be searching for a new job within my career field, because you guys, if you don't know, I did graduate back in May. Then I also have a bit of luxury. So not really luxury in the sense of I need this exact bag, but just again, treating myself when I know that I've accomplished so much to, hey, take a step back and treat yourself. So don't forget that part. Graduation, to have the little hat, you guys can see the cap, not a gown, but just a cap. So I did graduate like I told you guys, and that was my aim to kind of finish strong when I made this in January, and I did that, so check that one off. Social media, just upping my editing and providing you guys with some really quality videos. Then we have passport and a little bit of like carry-on luggage. So this would be representing taking trips, traveling, might be regionally or internationally, and that is the gist of the whole thing. So some of those things were more easily accomplished as far as like graduating, and I guess I would say treating myself to flowers versus I guess doing the bit of traveling or the gym. I will say I have been very consistent with the gym all year and even before that, so it wasn't like I was starting fresh in any sense, but I would understand if that is something that is kind of new to you, it would be a little bit more effort, because staying consistent in working out is tough. But again, that's why you're taking the time to look back and see what each of these represent for you, whatever your vision board might look like, and then saying, okay, I need to focus a little bit more on this versus that, or I can kind of put that towards the back burner now because I've been consistent and it's not like a thing where I have to remind myself to do it anymore. So that would be me and the gym. I just know I'm going 3-4 days a week, even if it's not to the gym per se, but I'll go take a walk, do a run, whatever it might be, getting in that physical activity. So that's why you need to revisit your vision board, because it's definitely gonna put into perspective what needs a little bit more focus versus other things. Now, based on what you've written down for our 12 different parts of our, I guess, goals, and as far as reflecting on our vision board, we're gonna do things a little differently as far as the intentionality behind it. So now that we've kind of written down what we want from our new goals for the next 6 months for our glow up, I want us to do things a little differently, where if you're doing a new vision board or you're updating your vision board or goals, you're not going in all willy-nilly, but you want to be a little bit more intentional. What I'm saying is that I've seen where people kind of make vision boards and the first thing they do is open up a magazine and start cutting out whatever pictures that they see. And that is kind of making the magazine or the media dictate what you want, but you're not intentionally saying, I want this and that goal, so let me find something that's gonna fit that for me. It's very easy to start cutting and pasting things because it looks nice, it looks aesthetic off of Pinterest or the magazines. But again, if you want more directionality within what your goals are, then you're gonna have to think ahead first. That's why we wrote down everything, and then plan from there. So once you're done envisioning what you want your life to be like, what you want your goals to be, let's find the actual photos or the references for that from there. Another major step, you guys, that we have to do is to break down our bigger goals into more smaller, attainable, or I should say doable goals. The fact of the matter is, very big goals can be very intimidating and very overwhelming to us. But if you break that down into something that's a little bit smaller and that you can accomplish in, let's say, each week, and you make a little bit of progress, then it's not so intimidating. And the fact that you will be doing it smaller and gradually over that time frame means that you are progressing, and you'll actually feel like, hey, this is working for me and I want to keep this up, because it does motivate you to keep going once you see that you are working towards that goal. So if you say that you want to save $5,000 by December, I don't expect you to say, oh wait, let me just put $1,000 a month away or $1,500 a month away, because again, that's not really doable for a lot of people in this economy especially. So you have to see, I have X amount of weeks, how can I break that down to save that amount of money, what other income I might have that could add to that, and then it could be a little bit more doable and digestible in that sense. And the number one way to do that, you guys, is through research. Whatever the goal is, you have to research how it is accomplished easier. So if it is 10K steps or 20K steps, or you want to run a marathon by January, then obviously you can't just say, I'm just going to start walking, 10,000 steps a day, because it's not feasible for a lot of people, especially with your lifestyle, your day-to-day routines, things that might come your way. And especially again, if it's something where you have not been in that activity level before. So if you say, hey, let me research on how I can do this and how people before me have done that through Google research, if you want to look at YouTube videos perhaps on people that have done marathons before, that's the easier way. So definitely approach it where you're researching whatever the goal is, and then you're breaking it down to get the steps in. Not the steps for the working out, but just doing the steps to get to the full goal and outcome that you're looking for. And this last step, I feel like everybody's heard it before. It might sound very repetitive and very cliche, but you have to stick with it, you guys. We have to try to stay consistent as possible. I think it's very easy to start something but not keep up with it, because you're like, oh, I did this like once or twice this week, so yeah. And then life might get in the way. Like, again, things happen. You might actually want to do it, but other things come up where it's more of a priority, so you can't. But that shouldn't be where it's like a full stop, period, end of story. After that, you have to get over the slump, the hump, whatever it might be, and keep pushing and striving for your goals. So again, if it is the gym, you went for a month consistently, and the next week or two you're just like, you've fallen off because of working long hours or family, whatever it might be. After those 2 weeks, you have to say, okay, I'm starting back fresh. I'm gonna start back this Monday, this Tuesday, whatever it might be. But definitely give yourself that goal to keep going and trying to be consistent whenever you start and you stop. Getting out of comfort zones is probably one of the hardest things that we can do as human beings, because we're such habitual creatures and people in general. But once you step out of that, you guys, and you're seeing that you're making the progress, the motivation will take you so far. You're gonna want to keep up, because you're saying, oh wow, like I am doing what I said I was gonna do, and I am reaching these goals over time, so I'm gonna keep at it because I want to see the end product. And that takes a lot of sacrifice. It does. It might be late nights, it might be early mornings, it might be longer hours for whatever it might be that you're working on, but the sacrifice is gonna reap benefits. Like that's it. That's the key to it all. And if you want to see those long-term rewards and meeting those goals and possibly surpassing them, we're gonna make those sacrifices, and we're gonna have to be very consistent to do that. So let's go ahead and start this 6-month glow up, so that by 2025 we are all unrecognizable to the people around us who have known us for the longest times, you guys. Start tomorrow. I'm putting up this video for you guys end of August, so September 1st. Perfect time, which is I think a Sunday, but you can start the Sunday of September, and by February, again, you're gonna be ahead of everybody who started in January, because you started way back then, as in right now. But that is basically it, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching if you made it all the way through to the end, and until next time, bye guys.